Welcome to the Big Bad Marketing Podcast. I'm Janae.
And I'm Brooke, and we are two entrepreneurs jumping headfirst into building a business.
We're marketers and content creators at heart. And in this podcast, we help small business owners learn to play big with their marketing efforts, even on a small business budget.
So if you are ready to make big bad moves in your professional life, this podcast is for you. Welcome to episode 26, How to Create a Great Freebie That Makes People Actually Want to Join Your Email List. All right, small business owners, you're ready to build an email list. You've got your website up and running, you're in business. You know how to create the opt-in form on your website, but how do you entice people so that they will happily give you their email address in exchange?
Can I just say, I really don't like giving out my email address. Like, so infrequently will I put it into one of those sign up here. So, this topic is so dear to my heart because if you do this right, you could convince someone, even like me, who doesn't want to give out my email address to give it to you.
Yeah, because how sick are all of us of just getting spammed in our email? Like I go through regularly, I would say probably once a quarter, and I unsubscribe from all of these emails that I landed on these lists and I don't even
Mm-hmm.
know how.
Oh, the best is when you unsubscribe, but they only unsubscribe you from a particular list of theirs and they still send you emails about other products or something else. And I'm like, no, I just don't want to hear from you anymore. It's too much. So the key to this episode is nailing it when it comes to the freebies so that you're at the right cadence, your emailing system, you're pulling your people in a good way so that when you get into all the nitty-gritty of email marketing, you've done a good job and they're happy to be part of your list.
Yes, and this should be a totally positive experience, right? Like you want people to hit your website, see your email opt-in, see the freebie that's attached to it and go, "Whoa, yes, I need that." You want it to be a resounding yes for your ideal customer, right? So it's not for everyone, it's for your ideal customer.
Yes, this is definitely a targeted approach versus casting a wide net. You really want to be specific and reach those targeted audience people, not just get everyone to sign up because then your email list just gets clogged up with people who aren't actually interested in what you do, anyways. They're not going to convert later.
Right, because that is the long goal, right? It's yes, we want to build our email list, but eventually we want to sell things to those people. We want those people to become our people. So let's attract the right kind and leave everyone else behind.
Said it well. So, what is going to make a really good freebie or lead magnet?
Yeah, and that's an important thing to know. We're going to use those terms interchangeably. Some people call them freebies, some people call them lead magnets. They're one and the same.
Some people call them free magnets.
Do they
No.
though? But they should. From now on, we talk about free magnets only. So, what makes a good free magnet? Um, so, really, you know your audience best. So, when you think about creating your freebie or lead magnet, what would be most valuable to them? What problem are you solving with your lead magnet? This could be as easy as thinking about your frequently asked questions or your value proposition for your product. What problem are you solving? And then find a tangential one that you can turn into a either digital or physical in-person freebie to use. So, for example, if you run a retail store and you want to build an email list, obviously you've got your existing customers that are making purchases, you're adding them to your list. But if you want to grab people from your website too, could you offer a guide to styling outfits that are things that people could find in your store? Do you find that people come in and say, "Oh, I love this, but I don't know what I would wear with it"? That's something that happens to me all the time when I go shopping. I'm like, this appears to be a great piece, but I can't put together an outfit with it. But how
Mm,
helpful would it be to actually give me a guide to say, hey, if you love a piece like this, that would work really well with yada yada in these certain circumstances. I would definitely opt in for
yes, we
something like
should pitch
that.
that to some retail stores.
Right? Similarly, if you run a gym and people are asking all the time about What can I and can't I eat before a workout? How far from working out should I eat? Could you create a really great lead magnet that's nutrition before and after a workout? So that sort of gives you an idea of what we're going to talk about in this episode is what are all of the various types of lead magnets that you can create and how do you make sure it fits for your audience?
Yes, I think that this drives home the point, which is the freebie should provide a very clear and obvious solution to a problem. And I'm loving that example of what to do with this fancy article of clothing that I normally might not wear and I don't know what to wear it with. Like that's a very real problem that someone is dealing with, a customer of yours. And your freebie in like a styling guide is such an obvious solution to this problem. And I love even we'll get into this a little more, but how deep it goes of knowing your customers' problems and getting ahead of them and providing the solution before they've even realized it's a quote unquote problem. So you're like, hey, here is this thing that's going to make your life so much easier. And you're providing a solution before they're registering, oh, but I don't know what to do with this. Like you swoop in and you're like, I know what you can do with this. Here you go. Because your audience, if they're anything like me, they're going to be skeptical and they're not going to just easily hand over their prized private email address because they don't want to bulk it up with any more of this junk mail. So you want to make sure your freebie answers this question of like, what's in it for me? And they shouldn't have to dig to figure that out. It should just be really clear from the get-go.
Yeah, and that freebie is kind of a I don't want to use this word, but I'm going to use it lubricant. I just feel weird about it. But it is a lubricant to get people to eventually buy something from you. So if you can take one of those objections to making a purchase, I'm not going to buy this because I don't know what to wear with it, and you solve that for them, bam, you're like a step closer to actually having that person buy from you. So that freebie is really a supplemental thing that's kind of selling certain things for you.
I I think that's the main point of all of this, right? The freebie is like this added bonus. I was thinking about it. It's like a free sample when you're buying perfumes. Like you're not just going to look at the bottle and be like, this is the one I want. Like you got to smell it first. And this is your opportunity to do that and build trust because I think that's another huge point of freebies is that it's your opportunity to showcase what you are going to bring to the table when you start actually providing service or product to your customer. And if they get a sense of like, this is great, this is amazing, they knew my problem beforehand and they solved it, that's a wowed customer and they haven't even bought anything. So imagine what that's going to lead to on the other side.
Yes. And something we see sometimes with small business owners is this sort of resistance to make the freebie really good. They sort of just want to toss something over the fence and say, okay, let me just give this checklist to, what to do before a workout checklist or gym gear that you need checklist. And that might be fine if that's solving a real problem for your audience. But sometimes people use this as a way to say, I just want to put something out there and it's kind of meh. So, what we like to do with our freebies and lead magnets is give away your best stuff. Like, don't hold back because the more value that you give up front, the more trust you're building with your audience. And that trust is, to your point, Janae, going to eventually lead to conversions. So, people are going to see that you are a trustworthy brand. They are going to see that the freebie is super valuable. And that's going to actually, over time, make them more so want to work with you, not less. But if I see a really cool email opt-in and I think I'm getting a great freebie, and then I get it and I see it's super chintzy, and I'm like, well, this probably took them 4 seconds to do, then I am less inclined to work with them, right?
They're showing you this is their opportunity to showcase what they can do and they've just wasted that opportunity by it because it falls flat.
Yes.
Like a freebie is only going to work if it actually feels valuable. If it's fluff or nonsense, they'll feel tricked. Your customers will feel tricked and duped, and they're not going to be appreciative. And they're certainly not going to be buying into other things that you can provide.
Yes, absolutely. So let's hop in and talk through some of the types of freebies you can create. So we're going to go through all of our laundry list of freebie types. And provide an example and note that the examples that we're using are geared toward three specific groups. We've got fitness professionals like gym owners, retail stores, and general contractors. So that's the type of example we're going to be providing, but obviously these freebies are going to change for your business and for the problem that you're solving for your customers. So we just want to give you a look at all of the types of things you can do because the sky is the limit. Your creativity is the limit when it comes to making your freebies.
I was going to say this is a long list, but the idea is really to just provide some seeds of inspiration and think through your customers' problems and what you are solving by being in business and working to get them to buy something. Any area in there where you can come in and solve a problem, that's going to make for a great freebie. And it's up to you to determine sort of the scope of that and how it relates to your not free, like your purchase buy in product or service. But this is an opportunity to like get some inspiration and then come up with your own amazing freebie ideas.
Yes. All right. So let's just go back and forth with these. We'll throw out the type of freebie and an example, and then we'll dive into more good stuff at the end of this laundry list. All right. So the first is a comprehensive guide. So the ultimate guide to pricing your retail products.
Checklist. So, daily cleaning checklist for gym owners.
Cheat sheets, social media posting cheat sheet for small business owners.
Templates. Ooh, we love these at Big Bad Marketing. Social media content calendar template for retail shops.
Swipe files, high converting email templates for gym membership sales.
Workbooks. Contractor business planning workbook.
Worksheets, so a little less comprehensive than a workbook, but still highly valuable. Gym member goal setting worksheets.
Printables. I personally love these. These are great. Hang them on the fridge or on the mirror,
Oh,
and I do
yeah.
them. So, daily meal planner printable for gym clients.
Trackers. I love a good tracker. Monthly sales trackers for retail shops.
Ooh, and look out for Brooke's exciting tracker coming to a market near you very soon.
More to come on that.
Uh-huh. Okay, planners is another good one. I have the aspiration to use one. I don't know if I ever commit to it, but holiday sales planning guide for retail stores.
Ebooks. I personally love a good ebook. I think they can be immensely valuable. So the Small Business Owner's Guide to Google Ads.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's like a very robust option.
Oh, totally. And it sort of adds credibility because it proves, okay, if you can have enough for an ebook, you know what you're talking about,
Yeah, there's the value we're talking about, really delivering value.
right?
Okay, reports. The future of sustainable home renovations report.
Ooh, yeah, I could see some industry professionals dig in on the reports. Definitely if you're in a more B2B space, that could be super
Mm-hmm.
valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Courses. We love courses. So, how to build a profitable personal training business.
Okay, similar in style, but a different avenue, a different medium would be audio files or like a recorded coaching session. So increasing customer loyalty in retail, live training.
Yeah, I like that. And similarly, videos. So,
Mm-hmm.
a step-by-step guide to running Facebook ads for gyms and do it in a video, share your screen, show people exactly how to do something.
That's great. That's like tutorial vibes, really helpful.
Yes.
Okay, challenges. This is a big trending in and out option, especially on social media, but I think if you do it right, it can be evergreen and really helpful. So we're talking like a 7-day fitness habit challenge for gym members.
Yeah, I love a challenge, and that's especially great if you have a community and you can get a little,
Mm.
competitiveness between people, especially online on social channels. So,
Oh yeah.
boot camps, 30-day gym membership sales boot camp. Give somebody something to do every day for 30 days, and by the end, they feel like they have changed.
Oh, I love that. Follow it up with like a quick survey. Did this work for you? And you're in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, tools. This is also a really helpful one. So like retail inventory management spreadsheet. It's really
Yeah.
functional.
Yeah. I love that. And those can be a little more robust, I think, than a template. Like, and if you
Mm-hmm.
have development resources at your disposal, those could be like um, even a bit more
Sure.
comprehensive and
Thorough.
usable. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, for us, at least when it's a spreadsheet, you will have to be in charge of formatting all the cells with the formulas.
Fair enough. So speaking of dev resources, calculators. Calculators can be a great move, like a home renovation cost estimator. Like capture your leads with,
Hmm.
hey, use this calculator and figure out how much is this thing actually going to cost you?
See, this is great. This is find out the information that you're looking for. I'm going to solve the problem of you don't know how much you can spend. And I also want to know how much you can spend because it's going to behoove me to get your business.
Yes.
I love that one. Okay, this is a fun one too. Scripts. So, like sales call script for selling gym memberships. And this brings me back to my own telemarketing days. And I had a script and I wish that it was different than the one they gave me. So if you're getting like a really high quality script and you're giving that out as a freebie, that's awesome because that can make big impacts for the businesses who use it.
Yep, absolutely. And then finally, free samples. So you could give a mini version of the thing that you're actually selling. You could give an early release of something that you're working on, access to a software for a short period of time, a mini module or lesson from a course that you're working on, or a private podcast episode, something that's going to sort of lure them in with that illusion of free without being the discount route.
Yes. And what I like about this sort of free sample vibe is it's not this extra other thing that you're creating specifically for people to pull them in and be like, look how much value I can drive, which I am a huge proponent of. And we are both talking about how important that is. But it's a way to really authentically share what you do and be like, this is the thing. This is actually what it is. This is not like a joke or a gimmick. We're not trying to give you some exciting thing and bait and switch you because when you actually pay to join, it's different. Like this is taste it, see if you like it. And if you do, this is what we're selling. Buy it.
Yeah, love it. All right, so that is the list. So let's real quick go back through. So we've got guides, checklists, cheat sheets, templates, swipe files, workbooks, worksheets, printables, trackers, planners, ebooks, reports, courses, audio files, videos, challenges, boot camps, tools, calculators, scripts, and free samples. Whew, if you can't find something there, then we can't help you.
Yeah. And those are in no particular order.
Yes.
But also, again, this is just inspiration and use these as general ideas and directional and choose something, either one of these or your own thing that's going to make sense. Maybe you want to give out frisbees. Like it doesn't matter. The idea is that you're starting to think about how this works and making a choice that matches for your own business.
Yes, love
And
that.
all of this will be in detail available on the blog on our website. So if you didn't catch all those or you want to get a better sense of like what we're talking about, visit the blog and you'll see the whole list and all kinds of other ideas all
Yeah.
ready for you.
Yes, very robust. All right. So now actually creating your freebie. We'll give you a quick 5 steps on how to create your freebie, starting with step one. So decide what copy or content you need to include. So if you're doing a video, that would be the script that you want to use for your video. If
Mm-hmm.
you are crafting a template or a worksheet, what are the things that you want to write in there that you need to provide to your customer? So copy always first. And then as a step two, we'll layer in the design of that. So that might be actually recording your video and thinking about what background am I going to use? What things am I going to show on the screen? Or how am I going to format this worksheet into a PDF template that makes sense? So we'll layer in design using a tool like Canva, which we love.
Yes, it's always easier to work in this direction versus like, oh, this is kind of the format we want to go with, and here's the design, and then you don't have anything to put in it, and you have to force fit whatever you create to go into that format. So totally agree. Much better to map out the copy. And keep in mind, like if you're sharing an ebook, that's going to require a different level of effort and totally different amount of copy than if you're providing like a one sheet template or a quick worksheet. So think these things through and set yourself up with a schedule that's going to match your desired launch date.
Yes, definitely. So if you only have an hour a week, but you're really committed to do an ebook, just note that this might take you a couple months to actually get all of the copy that you need and to get everything together for the book. And that's okay if that's your timeline.
Oh, yeah. And think about tapping in some external resources, right? Like agencies or ghostwriters can help you create the thing, the collateral that you want and make it easy, like easy button, push it and make it easy for your process, and you can still get the thing done and get it live and start benefiting from having a freebie.
Yep. All right. So once that freebie is created, you actually need to upload it to your website or your storage platform. So, for example, if you use Squarespace, you would add a new page as a link, and then you would upload that PDF there, and then you can share that in an email later. If you use a storage tool like AWS, you would plop it into S3, grab the link from there, and that's what you would include in your email. If you're on WordPress, go to the media section, upload it there. Janae, your face right now.
Like,
You're like,
yes,
yep,
you're
yes, you
speaking a
do.
funny language and I'm nodding along.
So, depending on the website that you use or the hosting that you use, you're going to upload the freebie, get yourself a link to it. That link is going to be not a public link. I would not recommend putting that out there into the ether. And by that, I mean, you don't want to like link to your freebie on your homepage or in your footer, right? Because that's something that you're gatekeeping. So it's a publicly available link, but you're not giving that to people until they sign up for your thing. So you don't want to link directly to your freebie from your website. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm thinking, did we say this in a clear way? Like the freebie is a thing you are giving to your prospect in exchange for them giving you a way to contact them, which is their email address. So on your website, this looks like, I don't know all the technical parts of it, but this looks like sign up for our email list, aka give us your email, put your email address here, and then we will give you the template, the workbook, the ebook, whatever it is that you decide is your freebie.
Yes. So if you want to see an example of this, you can go to bigbadmarketing.com. On our homepage, we have an opt-in that says, hey, do you like us? Do you want to hear more from us? Add your info below. We ask for your first name, your last name, and your email address. And we say, as a little extra incentive, we're going to share our 2025 annual marketing calendar template with you for free.
Boom.
And that's how easy it can be. So once you have that freebie uploaded and you have a link to it, you need to create that email opt-in, which tools like Squarespace make that incredibly easy. It's nothing to stress about. And then you add a link to your welcome email in that automation. Then splash it all over your website forms, entice people, say, hey, look at this freebie. You can get that if you just give us your email.
You can taunt them with it. No, I
Right.
was going to say, we do go so in depth on email marketing in our Digital Marketing 101 course. So if you're interested, if you have questions, if you're not sure about any of this stuff and you're like me, like this is another language, go ahead and either sign up for the wait list or go ahead and register for our Digital Marketing 101 course. And you'll get a ton of information on how to do email marketing, including setting all this up, sending out your first welcome email.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so what now? What next? I've got it set up. Do I just wait for the masses to flood in because my freebie is so attractive? I mean,
Well, okay, no. The answer is no. Don't sit back and wait, although that is a nice thing to do. The answer is you are building this email list. The whole point of this process, as I think we just said, is getting people's email address so that you can contact them. And you're not contacting them to be like, I did my I just set up my freebie. Like, what's going on now? You're contacting them to sell them something. Like you said, Brooke, like lubricating the situation by giving them this thing. So now you have a seamless way to be like, hey, check out what we're selling this week. Check out our new promotion. We missed you. You haven't been back in a while, right? This is your access point. It's your in. Now you can do your marketing.
Yes. And when we mean do the marketing, we have a more in-depth episode that we did on how to do email marketing as a small business. We also offer our course, but ultimately, as always, we are encouraging you to think strategically about what you want from email marketing and then put things in place like drip campaigns, nurture campaigns, which we're going to talk about on an upcoming podcast episode, or creating a monthly newsletter or a weekly newsletter, depending on how frequently your audience wants to hear from you and how quickly things change. Like, figure out how you want to show up in their inboxes, the value that you want to bring them, and the things that you want to ask of your audience. And then we need to build out the emails to support that. So we're never done after the welcome email. That is just purely the step one of, hey, welcome. We're so happy you're here. Here's this freebie. We'll be in touch. Bam, it sets the scene for the rest of your relationship.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful.
So beautiful.
Okay. I want to talk through some hot takes about freebies. Are you up for like a what is this called? Like a rapid fire round?
Rapid fire. Let's
Let's
go.
hear 'em. Okay. Do you absolutely 100% need a lead magnet or a freebie to get people to sign up for your email list?
No. You do not. And in fact, I would encourage you, if you have a website right now and you don't have an email opt-in and you also don't have a freebie, go ahead and create that opt-in. You can go back and add the freebie later. So I would say if you're just starting out, you don't need a freebie. However, depending on the business you're in, if it makes sense and you have problems to solve, which I think as business owners, we're all solving problems for people, it can be that much easier to get people to sign up because ultimately people are only signing up if they think that they are going to get something from you later, right? Like they like you, they want to hear from you. That's what it is.
Yes, I agree with that. And I was also thinking about this like there are some instances for like huge brands or big companies or even small ones that I just like I know them personally and I'm interested that I will sign up for their newsletter or their opt-in and I won't even get a freebie. Like I just go to their website and I'm like I do want to hear more from you. I want to get those promotional emails when you're having discounts. I want to know what your new services are when they come out. So if you're like killing it in the game, whatever you're doing, people might just sign up and not expect anything in return. They might just be excited about what you're doing and they want to know more.
But
That's
how
goals.
absolutely, I love that. And I think too, how cool would it be then to have people come in with no expectations of just, I really like you and I want to hear more from you. And then bam, you plop this amazing freebie on them and they're like, this is why I love you.
It's a big and bad move.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, it
mic
is.
drop moment.
It is a mic drop. Yes. Okay, rapid fire. Can a freebie be one page or does it have to be super complex?
Don't overcomplicate it. Focus on value. If you are solving the problem, it can be a sentence if it solves a problem for your audience. That doesn't really matter. Obviously, making it a little more robust and having it be also beautiful is ideal,
Mm-hmm.
but it's all about the value that you bring. So if you think the most value for your audience is going to be with a 30-second video, that's amazing. Go record that 30-second video. Don't overcomplicate it. As long as it's adding value and people are going to say, glad I signed up for that.
Yes, keep it simple.
Yes.
And okay, this is also reminding me of something from an Alex Hormozy book, who is like huge in the entrepreneurial world. And he talks about how your freebie is even better when it highlights a larger problem that the customer is having by solving a small one. So you come in with your, content calendar, your annual marketing calendar because that solves the problem of like the overwhelm of how am I going to be strategic when I try to make my my marketing plan for the whole year. And that's where we come in. We're like, great, grab our template. But as once you complete that and after you get the freebie, you're like, oh, dang, like a whole entire marketing strategy is what I really need. And that's where we can come in and shine. Point being, like, you give them a tool in the freebie or a solution to solve small problem. And as they are working through that and solving small problem, the larger problem that exists for them that you can also solve, but for money this time, appears. It's revealed. It's magic.
I love that. That's great. And it is like magic because it's sort of, again, oh, okay, well, I actually need something from you now. I'd like to buy something from you that is going to help me with this next problem in my series of problems.
We'll keep unraveling all your problems, baby.
Yeah. All right, hot
Okay.
take for you.
Oh, okay.
Can you give a coupon or a discount as a freebie? Can you, should you?
Oh, okay. You can. This happens all the time in retail. I'm thinking if I just visit a website of a store and they're like, take 10% off, give us your email address. No big deal. Just like sweeping it over. Like I might not realize what they're doing. I know what they're doing. This is where the skepticism comes in. Yeah, you can totally do this. Like sign up for the list and get 10% off, 15% off your next purchase, 15% off your purchase today, right? They also do this a lot if you've ever noticed when you're signing up for a credit card in a store. I don't know
Mm,
if you have ever done that, but in retail stores, they often are like, get our specialty credit card just for this store and you'll get 10% off. I'm like, what? Bad move. But that's a whole other conversation. The point is, yes, you can do this. I think our stance at Big Bad Marketing tends to be don't discount your stuff. It really undervalues you, but there are times and places where it is acceptable and it can be a useful business approach. So I don't think we're going to do that anytime soon, but you totally can give a discount as your freebie.
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think retail is one of those spaces where we've all sort of been programmed now to expect. Like, I think we've talked about it in a prior episode, but when I go to a retail website and I put things in my cart and then I close my browser, I expect to get an email in like the next 24 hours that says, hey, you forgot to finish your order. Go ahead and take
Yes.
15% off to clear your cart. And I'm like, okay, so now I feel like we're all sort of programmed in this way of like, if you don't do that for retail, you got to come up with something even more compelling as a result.
Oh, but I did love that example that you came up with. That was so creative with the styling guide. So I think there are ways, and this whole list that we provided is that's the point is like you don't have to resort to giving a discount or giving away some product or service totally for free. There are a ton of options, and it's just being creative in how you apply them.
Yeah. So do your freebies have to be forgettable?
No way. And I think if they're forgettable, it probably means, you did not nail it. The point of the freebie is that it's offering so much value. It's incredible the impact it can have that you build trust with the people who use it and they cannot wait to come back and get some more from you. You're delivering this like wow, amazing value that drives value for customers. And then that's going to drive the value for you. So I say if you have a crappy, forgettable freebie, you got to go back to the drawing board and do it again.
Yeah. And I think about it from the standpoint too of like, this is your first opportunity with a lot of these people, right? Like, this is the first time they're visiting your website, and maybe you have a pop-up that's like, hey, before you go, sign up for our email list and get this thing. And it's sort of like, don't you want to make the best possible first impression? Like, how valuable is that for the longevity of that customer in your business? So think about that first impression when you're considering your freebie. And do you want people to associate your brand with fast and cheap and not valuable? Or do you want them to associate it with robust, informative, educational, funny, entertaining, whatever approach you choose to take with your freebie?
That one.
That one.
That's
Yeah.
what we want.
Yeah. All right. I think we did it.
Yeah. Okay. So go create some freebies. Drop us a comment about your favorite freebies that you've ever gotten and ones that you've tried for your business that worked or didn't work. We would love to hear about that. And sign up for our course on email marketing to get a better sense of how to do this, the whole process in a really clean, succinct way.
Amazing. Thanks for listening.